Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Read With Me. I am your host, Kelly Michelle. For all of you that are new to this channel or just returning to this channel focuses on reading together separately. So I will choose a book. We will read that book together throughout the month. I will share my thoughts, reflections, and takeaways Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about the assigned chapter or chapters that we read. And the goal is to read one book per month, 12 books per year. So we have been working throughout the month of April, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And today we are wrapping up the book. We are going over the last chapter, which is chapter 20, and it is titled Confessions. And so next time we will be starting a brand new book, which is titled Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. So you still have time to pick up the book. It is available wherever books are sold. So chapter 20, the author focuses on what his money plans are. How does he not necessarily spend his money, but what his financial blueprint is for he and his family. What are the principles that he lives by when it comes to money? That's why it is titled Confessions, because it is his money journey. So number one, let's start with the definition of independence. And the definition within this chapter is doing the work you like, with the people you like, when you like, and for as long as you want. And he shared within the book a story about his father, how his father had always wanted to be a physician, and he was an emergency room physician. And even though he had a physician's salary and was paid really well, his family still lived significantly below their means and was very frugal. And so he said one day his father had been an emergency room physician for 20 years and just decided, I'm done. You know, I've enjoyed being a physician, but I'm moving on to something else. And the reason why he was able to do that was because he was financially independent. And like I said, the definition is doing the work you like, with the people you like, when you like to do it, as long as you want to do it. And so that's how his father operated. He did not have to continue to be a physician because of having to pay bills or his financial obligations. He lived an independent life and was able to move forward into something that was his passion or whatever he might be doing, just because of his good financial choices. Number two, independence at any income level is driven by savings rate. And throughout the book, it talked about how you, one, save just because, but then also two, is that you, in order to become independently wealthy, I'm using that word, but just to be financially independent, you have to save more than you spend. I mean, that is just a foundational principle. For you to have money left over, you have to spend less. And number three, simple investment strategies work great as long as they focus on the important things that contribute to the strategy's success. So with number three, it's just talking about if you want to be successful in your financial investment strategies, do the things that are going to contribute to that success. And this goes back to the chapter when it talked about we're all on a different journey, and he talked about that we all are playing a different money game, and that, again, like I was saying in our previous video is that we have to focus on our own journey and our own path. Depending upon the money game that you are playing, different rules apply. Just like in sports, the same rules, or there are not the same rules for soccer as there might be for basketball or football or baseball. There's different rules because it's a different game. And that is also applicable to money, is that we have to understand what are our personal money goals and play the game that helps us reach those particular money goals. So that's it. We have finished reading The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Now, like I said, we're gonna dive into May's book in our next episode. So I would love to hear from you. Please comment. Did you enjoy this book? Were there things in the book that were maybe confirmations for you or a refresh for you? Or were there new concepts that you had never heard before that you can apply? And also too, were there things that maybe you have a different perspective on and don't necessarily agree with some of the statements within the book? I would love to hear your takeaway about this book. And also too, do you want to have more books that focus on money within this channel? Before I sign off, I always like to leave you with a couple of things. One is take some time to read today. Dive into May's book even before we actually get started with it. Also, I want to remind you to pick it up wherever books are sold, Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And number two, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really want this channel to grow and for like-minded people like myself who enjoy reading to join this virtual book club. So please invite a friend, invite your family to join us virtually with Read With Me. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, happy reading.